All right, well, happy Groundhog Day to everybody out there. It's currently February 2nd, and I'm back here at a familiar trailhead. If you remember from last year, Sam and I came out here and hiked to Hell's Hollow. We are back here at one of my favorite state parks in the entire state, Mcconnells Mill, and today I'm going to be taking you on a trail that I've never been on before. I've hiked this park probably 20 to 30 times now in my entire life. This is one of the first state parks I've ever been to. But today we're going to be tackling the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail. It's going to be around 15 miles, but yeah, pretty nice winter day here. Like I said, Groundhog Day. It's around 40 degrees. Lots of rain and snow melting last week. That's kind of the reason why I decided to come out here. Chris did this trail last year as well, and he said that this is one of his favorites. Lots of waterfalls, he said. So we're going to be heading all the way down to Eckerd Bridge, I believe, checking out various waterfalls along the way, and just enjoying this nice winter day here in Lawrence County. So I'm going to get the bag on, and we're going to get going. So I'll see you on the trail. All right, here's a quick look at the map and what we're going to be doing today. We're currently here at the parking area, as you can see behind me here. And we're going to be linking up with the North Country Trail, aka the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail. Hiking down, our first stop's going to be Hell's Hollow. It's kind of like a side spur trail, but figure we'll check that out while we're here. And hiking backing on to the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail, heading all the way down here and up and down and around, and eventually we'll be linking up with I believe this is Eckerd Bridge here, you can see in this photo, and maybe wrapping up the day at Breakneck Falls here. Never been there either, so a lot of ground to cover today. Like I said, around 15 miles. From what I heard, this trail is pretty up and down, a lot of elevation gain, very rooty, very rocky, so it's going to be a good challenging day here for Maksim Outdoors. But let's get to it. We only got so much daylight here in February, so let's go. All right, well, yet another bridge crossing here along the Hell's Hollow Trail. As you can see just across the creek there, that is the beginning of the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail that we'll be heading back to and hiking in just a couple minutes. But like I said, I want to show you Hell's Hollow Falls here for the second time on this channel, but hard to pass up. One of the nicer waterfalls here in western Pennsylvania. But the last time you seen me, pretty crazy, was I was down in the Caribbean looking at howler monkeys, pythons, and iguanas, and now I'm here back in the pretty dreary brown and gray Pennsylvania on Groundhog's Day. So you never know where Maksim Outdoors is going to take you. That's kind of the beauty of this channel. So we're going to keep on heading down this trail. This is a really cool section. I'll show you as best as I can, and then we'll be popping out at Hell's Hollow Falls here in just a few short moments. So stay tuned for that. Well, I've done this trail to Hell's Hollow probably 10 to 11 times now in my life, and every time I come back here, it just never ceases to amaze me how just gorgeous it is. Look at the creek as it cuts through the sandstone here before meandering its way on down to Hell's Hollow. It's only half a mile, and right across the creek here is where we'll be in an hour or so on the trail that I've never done before. But yeah, just mind-blowing how gorgeous it is back there. I could spend literally all day making a video on just this little section of creek, but yeah, pretty awesome. Well, here we are at the top of Hell's Hollow. We'll be going down to the base here in just a second, but if you can see just in front of me here, that fence, I'll give you a little brief history lesson on the area. So you might be wondering why it's called Hell's Hollow. But back in the day, this was an active lime kiln where they would have extracted lime from the surrounding limestone that you see all around me. And I guess some folks came up this holler late at night, saw a big glow in the woods, and thought it was the gates of hell, basically. So that's the reason why this area is known as Hell's Hollow. So take a brief walk up here. I'll show you the top of this old lime kiln. There you are. And then off in the distance there, you can see Hell's Hollow waterfall. So we'll be heading down there in just a second. Just wanted to give you a brief little history lesson on the area here. So. Alrighty, well, we have hiked down some steep steps here and made it to the base of Hell's Hollow, as you can probably hear behind me. But here is a nice little glimpse of the side of one of the most beautiful waterfalls you will see in western Pennsylvania. Hopefully you can hear me. As you can see, the water is rushing, the creek is high. I thought about trying to make it out there, but being that I have 15 miles to do today, probably not the best idea. But yeah, come out here, check this out. It's only half a mile to get here. Bring a picnic, sit on some of these rocks and just take it in. One of the most gorgeous areas here, like I said, in western Pennsylvania. But we are on a bit of a time constraint today. I want to get onto the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail before it's noon. So yeah, one last look at Hell's Hollow waterfall before we head on back to start the main trail of the day. So, alrighty. Alrighty, well, here we are on to the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail. The pamphlet says it's around 6.2 miles as well as all trails, but from what I read, it's more like 7 to 7.5. So we'll be on this trail for quite some time today. This is, like I said, unexplored section of Mcconnells Mill that I've never been on, and also part of the North Country Trail, which we have talked a lot about on this channel. Hiked different sections of it through Michigan, Pennsylvania. I'm not really sure what other states we've been on it in, but North Country Trail goes from Vermont all the way to North Dakota, I want to say. So we'll be doing another little section of it here today, and I'll be showing you all the best views along the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail as we traverse on through the day here. So nice look at Hell's Hollow Creek, and like I said, we'll be gaining some elevation, a lot of roots, a lot of rocks, but excited for the challenge. So let's go. Well, we have definitely gained a little bit of elevation here on the trail. You can see Hell Run down below me. In just a couple hundred feet, we will be literally on top looking down at Hell's Hollow Falls. But just wanted to give you a brief little update. The weather, you can't beat it. It almost looks like it's fall out here with all the orange leaves and whatnot. But yeah, it's Groundhog Day, and Punxsutawney Phil has declared that spring is coming early. So we're going to keep heading up this steep incline, and I will show you any other interesting sights along the way. So see you at the next stop. It's a big bench. You guys haven't noticed there's no rain today. I don't know what's going on. Well, this is a pretty interesting section of the trail here. We're in a hemlock forest. Looks rather new, within the last 50 years or so. And we're kind of hiking along this ravine. Haven't walked down here yet. Let's check it out together. Okay, pretty steep. I believe that is Hell's Run still off in the distance. But yeah, just a pretty interesting section of the trail here as we head on through all these new growth hemlock trees. So far so good though. This honestly reminds me of Allegheny National Forest a bit, with all the rugged landscape, the hemlocks, and I could even smell the campfire off in the distance. Just pretty amazing rugged area here as we traverse this little canyon. I'm sure we're going to be descending here in just a couple of minutes, but yeah, pretty awesome heading through this hemlock forest. Another interesting thing about this trail is, as I have been hiking along the Slippery Rock Gorge Trail, there's been some interesting marks in the landscape. There's a little hole up there. Not sure if that had to do with mining. Wasn't even going to talk about it, and then I came down to this. Looks like somebody just cut right through. I'm guessing it had to do with mining, maybe even the logging industry. Maybe they floated logs down there to get down to Slippery Rock Creek. Who knows? But have seen a few interesting marks on the landscape here so far, but I figured I would point that out. I don't know how it's going to show up in the camera, but here is what I was mentioning earlier. Another odd divot in the land, and then just behind me an even odder random pile. I'm guessing they probably excavated this out for whatever reason, threw the dirt up here. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that it had to do with mining here back in probably the 1800s. So interesting nonetheless. And just around the bend, check this out. That is pretty interesting. Chris did mention that there were a couple caves on this trail. I'm guessing this is what he was referring to. It's almost like a natural bridge, and you can see the trail even goes right across it. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Nice little place for our bear to hibernate. Yeah, so far this trail has been pretty awesome. So we're gonna head across there and keep heading down the trail. Well, you know me. Of course, we gotta head on down and check it out. So it's not too bad. Drop the backpack, and yeah, let's see if there's anything interesting here in this cave. No bears, so that's a good sign. Whoa. There you have it. Nice little crevice here in Mcconnells Mill. Tree growing right above us. Check that shot out. That's awesome. You can even see a little bit of daylight on the other side of the cave here. But yeah, wow. I'm guessing this is what Chris was talking about, looking into a cave. Doesn't look like it goes in very far. But yeah, I'd say we check this out. Pretty cool. Well, we popped out of the cave and we are literally standing on top of it right now. That little bit of light that we seen down below was actually coming from this. Check that out. Would not want to fall into that. But what a day. We've seen everything from waterfalls to caves to viewpoints. But in order to not make this video like a half an hour long, I think we are going to wrap things up right now and come out with a part 2, just so this isn't a 40-minute video. I like to have around 15 minutes for these videos, not to bore you guys. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up part 1 here along the beautiful Slippery Rock Gorge Trail here at Mcconnells Mill. So if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you back here for part 2 next week as we continue our trail and hike to Breakneck Falls. So, all right guys, I will see you next week.